Hello! I hope you guys are all okay and all good. Welcome to another video. My name is George. For those of you who don't know, feel free to subscribe down below if you're not already. And this is Jordan.
Hello.
Hello. This is the second part of our Florida holiday wrap-up videos. If you've not watched the last one yet, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below because you need to start there because we're basically going through the trip almost chronologically and going through all the little bits and bobs and fun things that we did and telling you what we thought of them because the holiday was so fast-paced and mental that we didn't really get a chance to really sit down and think about it and tell you what we thought. So first of all, again, thank you so much for watching the vlogs. It's been a wonderful experience for me editing them over the past few months and continuing to edit them from this point forward because we're filming this in February because I get to re-experience the holiday and then having all of your lovely responses and all the lovely new people that have come along to watch us, which is just completely mind-blowing that you care. So thank you, and for all your lovely comments. It's wonderful. So onwards with the reviewings. Let's start with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Positives first, because there are negatives to the Very Merry Christmas Party. I loved it fiercely. It was festive, it was fun. We have a list of things that were cool about it. There were a lot of free snacks, free cookies and free beverages. Oh, and a free snowman pretzel that I really liked. There were lots of free snacks which I think we really did utilise.
I don't think we utilised enough.
Not enough, but at the beginning of the night we did multiple treat stops. We properly went in. It was great. Also loved the ride overlays.
Yeah. On
Space Mountain and Tomorrowland Speedway and Jingle Cruise.
Yeah, the Tomorrowland Speedway was new this year, wasn't it? And it was actually it was really nice.
It was really pretty. It was just really
and the music was festive as well.
Yeah.
Obviously you could see the light system in the daytime, but they didn't turn the lights on, so it kind of looked odd in the daytime but really nice at night time.
Yeah.
And obviously the spiel on the Jingle Cruise was different to the daytime. So I think we ended up doing the Jingle and Jungle Cruise on the same day. I'm not sure.
I don't think, no, because Jingle Cruise did operate during the day because we did Jingle Cruise on our first day in Magic Kingdom because that was the first day Jingle Cruise opened, because Jingle Cruise is just open all the time. The Space Mountain ride overlay, you may have noticed we didn't love Space Mountain when we did it, but with the ride overlay there were more lights on. And the music was really fun. It like heavy metal versions of Christmas songs, which was really cool. Yeah. Space Mountain was a bit too whippy and scary and dark when we did it the first time round, but with the festive lights on it and everything, it was really fun. Yes, I really liked that. Minnie's Christmas time fireworks.
I think for me that was the whole point. The whole point of the evening was the fireworks and the parade. Yeah, that was unlike anything else. Because as you saw, we got the colossal cinnamon roll.
Oh God, yeah!
In a bakery, which no, it wasn't. It was called something else. The
Christmas version. Christmas version of the cinnamon roll.
Basically, they'd put red and green icing on it.
It was,
but it was delicious.
Oh, and it was a chocolate hat as well.
Oh yeah, well remembered. So we got those. We sat by the trash can on Main Street, and
classic.
Absolutely the best place to be. I think.
My God, yeah! We had a perfect view of the fireworks, which were just unreal. It's the first year they've been on like that, because usually it's Christmas Wishes or something, isn't it? It used to be Christmas Wishes. But this is a brand new one, so it was all projection mapping, gorgeousness, present shaped fireworks. No idea how they did that. Yeah. And then the parade was just stunning. It was really good, especially
with the snow as well. The snow falling.
The snow was really lovely.
Yeah, so for me, that, I suppose if you're going for anything, you need to go for that. We didn't get involved in sort of dance parties and things like that, obviously as childless millennials. But
they did look fun though.
They did look fun from the outside. Yeah. We didn't even do I don't think we did any character meet and greets either.
No, we didn't.
Because I think we were trying to capitalise on getting snacks and the rides and the fireworks, and that worked for us. But obviously they've got all of these things to try and disperse the crowds, and I suppose that's where the negative comes in as well, isn't it?
Yeah, is that it was very crowded. I think the problem with the Very Merry Christmas Party is that people do what we did every time a park was closing, where we got in line for something that was going to take ages. So it meant that it took a good 2 hours into the party before you really noticed a difference in the crowd, because there's no way that you can just at 6 o'clock sweep people out. You just can't, because people go in the shops, or people are already in line for something, or whatever, and obviously they can't then get in the line for something else because you need the wristband, so that's a whole big thing. But
that transition period was just chaos.
It was really bad because
obviously people don't want to leave the park at 6 p.m. in the same way that we didn't when we were there at 6. So people don't want to leave the park at 6 because it's too early. It's still light outside. People have got things to do, so they don't want to leave till like 8 p.m. So as you just said, they can't get into the rides and they can't even buy anything in the shops. But people are still milling around and taking photographs and doing whatever. And also the system of issuing the wristbands was so poor. Certainly at the entrance. So we went to the main entrance to get ours. And basically they created a line of cast members with wristbands set back from the turnstiles, but they were not really watching where the people had come from to get the wristband, so anybody could have just come and got the wristband basically at the front of the park.
That's how it appeared. Like the people that were in the park had iPads and they were checking people, but we didn't even get checked. Like I don't know how they knew that we were there for Very Merry, because we were there, I feel like we were there at like 5ish. Surely they'd still let people into the park because it's still technically open to the public, but we were given a wristband, and it looked like it was more intuitive when we were leaving the park on different Very Merry days. It looked like there was more to it,
but there really wasn't.
But at the beginning but on the party that we went to, it just looked like a bit of a free-for-all, and like it was just a bit. It was kind of a disappointing way to start the night when it was like, so hold on, we've just paid for this, and it looks like anyone can go up and just grab a wristband.
We could have literally just walked up and got a wristband. Like
they didn't check us at all, so it was really weird.
When you paid, obviously ours was one of the cheap ones at $99.
But that's still a lot of money.
But that's a lot of money, and so that was the disappointment. But as the night went on and people sort of filter out. And then the fireworks happen and so on. Then it was 100%.
And the thing is, once the parade happens twice, and after the first parade, a lot of people left because they had young kids.
When was ours on till midnight?
I think it finished at
1.
It was either on till midnight or it was until 1. All I know is we stayed. That was when we got all the lovely. So we got some really. That was what was really good. Actually, was that like we stayed way after hours and we got some really, really lovely photos. Yes, we were sort of being carefully swept out like that. Stuns. Like we were being like steadily swept towards the exit, obviously, because people want to go home.
Not like our time at Universal.
Oh no! At Universal they wanted us gone at 7.
You've got to put that in the vlog. We're being chased out.
Literally being chased out of the park.
You can see 2 security guards right there. Hopefully you will have seen that, but so funny. Like we stayed late at all the Disney
every
parks
single one
to get pictures just like that one. So we've got a picture like that in front of Tower of Terror. We've got some nice ones around the lake in Hollywood Studios. Animal Kingdom not so much, so we're keen to get people out of there. But we still stayed pretty late at all of the parks. We tried doing the same at Universal Studios after their sort of light water show thing, but they literally as you will have seen, hopefully
you will,
a line of security guards basically shoving you out of the park, so
like not even letting you stick around in the shops. And I get it, people want to get home, but also, do you want my money?
Not only that, but do you not want me to take pictures like that to put on my Instagram?
Oh, that was one thing actually, I've seen it on our notes. We didn't take advantage of the party exclusive snacks. Because with the exception of the colossal cinnamon roll, which delicious by the way, none of the party exclusive snacks were snack credit eligible.
Even though they were based around existing snacks, which were so
it was really like, it was kind of, we were looking at menus and it was like, oh, so hold on, we've paid $99 for this, and now you want us to pay more for snacks. And I know
that people will,
and I know that that's possibly an entitled view to have, but we're on the dining plan, and like there is barely a snack in the entirety of Disney World that isn't snack credit eligible. There are so few that aren't, but like it was kind of sad that there wasn't anything that was on that.
Especially the eggnog, for example, the eggnog milkshake thing that they had. You could get a chocolate one, you could get a vanilla one, and the other one, the peppermint thing, but the party exclusive one you couldn't, even though it's exactly the same thing. So
that was kind of sad. Like, but the party itself was so much fun, and the ride overlays were great, and the fireworks was genuinely one of my favourite moments of the holiday, was those fireworks, and also like staying late in the park to get all those lovely pictures. So would you do it again?
Yes. Yeah.
I think I would too. I think
obviously over the years we've seen that, not personally.
Sorry, I'm shuffling.
Over the years we've seen on the internet that the parties are getting busier and busier, and I did get a sense of that. Even though we've never been before, it did feel busy. And whether that makes a good value for money, but Disney doesn't really do value for money at the minute. And what I would like is that they perhaps cap it at a certain amount, perhaps a rough amount that we saw, so that it was just busy enough.
I think they need to cap it at a lower amount than they were capping it at, because they did have like some sold out parties, but ours wasn't a sold out party, and that felt like a lot.
Yeah.
Because you sort of... The whole point is that you're paying extra for the Christmas vibe and all that, but you're also paying extra to have that time in the park where there's fewer people, and it didn't feel like that for the whole thing.
But I suppose on the flip side of that, you can enter the park with your Very Merry ticket alone, so you're not necessarily paying for extra time in the park, you're paying for the time in the park.
True.
So, but yes, I would 100% do it again if we went at that time. If we could go at roughly the same date, so that it wasn't too busy,
I think I would do it again. We did talk about this, like with the comparing it to the like early morning magic that you pay for.
Yeah.
Because with early morning magic, you pay extra and you like have the run of the park, and there's no one in there before you, so it really is like exclusive.
And there is much fewer people in the cap. The cap is much lower as well.
But the flip side of that is not the whole park is open. Like, isn't it Fantasyland and Adventureland or something?
I can't remember.
Either way, in Extra Morning Magic, there's only like a specific amount of the park that's open, whereas Very Merry, all of it is. So it's sort of a toss-up, I think. But I would...
And also, whether you need Extra Morning Magic as a Brit with a 14-day plus ticket, no. I think if you were going as an American, perhaps, or even as a Brit, and just doing 3 or 4 days, then absolutely make the most of it. But obviously, if you miss something on your one day at Magic Kingdom, you've got 2 or 3 more days to go. But if you've got that 14-day ticket, so obviously we've never done Extra Morning Magic, and whether we would for that reason, I don't know. And same with Villains After Hours and things like that. There's always that time to do it another day.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously Very Merry and Mickey's Not So Scary is that is the event.
Yeah.
And same with Keys to the Kingdom as well.
Oh, the other thing that I don't like, and I don't think anyone likes this, I think this is weird, is the party within a party.
Oh, what you mean, the upsell?
Yeah,
thing?
Like the Tony's party within a party. It's
and
like
the dessert party thing.
It's
as
like
well, yeah.
I feel like there is a line, and I feel like party within it's like huge paid for thing within huge paid for thing is just too much.
Yeah.
And I don't have many complaints about Disney generally, but when we found out about that, I was a bit like, are you joking?
I think that was new this... One of those things was new this year.
And I was like,
well.
You have got to be kidding me, because that's just like the living end.
But, I mean, I'm not going to slag off Disney, but no. I think we're in an era where we will capitalise on anyone that will pay for something.
Yes.
And we're capitalising on people that will pay for those to say that they've done it. There's obviously, there used to be, I mean, I think it started with Wishes. There was the Wishes dessert party. Now there's a Happily Ever After dessert party. They have a dessert party for Epcot Forever.
But there's a dessert party within the dessert party as well for Happily Ever After, isn't there?
No, they have 2 versions. So one is in the hub, and one is on the top of Tomorrowland Terrace, yeah, and you pay more to be up there, which I sort of understand, because that's where Tinkerbell flies to and so on. But again, like you said, there's 3 upsells actually, if you include Sony's one, to the upsold event anyway,
which is a bit odd. I find it odd. And also, we did discuss this at the time with the California Grill Brunch. For the price of that's like on a par with a dessert party, and the view from the top of the Contemporary was lit.
As was the food.
You're
not just getting ice creams and pastries and things. You're getting good food.
Oh my god, it's an all you care to enjoy
deluxe buffet.
Deluxe buffet.
Because that was a deluxe buffet.
Oh my god, yeah. Like the entrees. Oh, the entrees. It was amazing. So like that's just a side note, like a little thing.
Yeah, if you're even considering it, don't do it. Go and get a nice meal.
If you're
in fact, don't even go to California Grill Brunch. Just go to Sanaa.
No, but like if you want like like an exclusive view of Happily Ever After, then take the day, go to the California Grill if you can get that reservation, and then go back up there and watch Happily Ever After, because it is
100%.
Unbelievable. Like that view was phenomenal, and the food that we'd had during the day, phenomenal. Like no complaints. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is another little added extra that we did while we were there, kindly bought for us by your wonderful parents, so thank you so much for that, which was the Keys to the Kingdom tour in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, which hopefully, if we do this right, we've already spoke at length about.
Yes.
Again, Keys to the Kingdom is one of those things that I think I've always wanted to do.
Yep.
I think this is my 8th time of going to Disney World, so it just seems right that I finally get to do that. And as you say, it was a gift, but it was time to see something that I've not seen before.
Yeah, that's fair.
In addition to what you can see in the parks themselves, the Pandora and Toy Story and things, and Galaxy's Edge, all of which were new for us. But I always wanted to see something a bit extra, and I knew, and the reviews for Keys to the Kingdom have always been spot on, like 5 stars. And so yeah, we booked it. We managed to get it for our anniversary, 8 a.m. tour, and the park was opening at 9 a.m. But what I didn't realise is that literally everybody else would be coming in at 8 a.m. So everyone for Cinderella's Royal Table,
Be Our Guest.
Oh my god, I forgot the one that's off the hub, the Winnie the Pooh one.
Oh, Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. The Marceline to Missouri, or whatever it's called, train tour as well. So everyone was coming in at 8 a.m, which meant that it wasn't as exclusive to be in the park at 8 a.m as what I'd expected, and so we didn't get very good photos and things.
No, but we got a lot.
We got a lot from before. But what I would say is, if you're going to book it and you're thinking that 8 a.m or the 1 hour before the park opens will get you those exclusive pictures, no, literally everyone else is doing the same. And in fact, you'd probably be better getting the 8:30 one, so that you can hang back. You can still go in at 8, but hang back whilst everyone runs to their restaurants and then get your photos, whereas we had to go straight to the town hall and miss all of it. That was the only downside to the 8 a.m.
Literally it.
Literally the only criticism, but that's more of our lack of research than anything else. Ironically, our tour guide, you will have heard all of this, but our tour guide was called Ray. Yeah, she was wonderful.
I love her. She's amazing.
Yes.
She's so incredible. The knowledge.
Knowledge. You will have heard where we went and what we saw and what we did, but I think what appeals to me about the Keys to the Kingdom tour is that I know it will be different if we do it again. Because obviously what Ray told us is almost certainly going to be different to what someone else tells us, because there was a lot about her career, and obviously she spent 20 odd years working at Disney as various different things from the bottom up. So if we did it again, it would be someone else with a different story and a different history, and we could ask different questions, and the group will ask different questions. So she did a brilliant job, and I would, without any shadow of a doubt, do it again, and without any shadow of a doubt, recommend it as well.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like it's amazing how many times, because at that point we had been to the Magic Kingdom 4 times, I think. And it's amazing how many times you can walk through the Magic Kingdom and not notice half the things that Ray pointed out to us. It was an incredible experience, which I will have already talked about in a previous moment in these videos, but I would 100% do it again, because it was just so insightful and so interesting. If you are interested in Walt Disney World, beyond the rides, beyond the restaurants, beyond the characters, if you want to get that little something extra, oh my god, worth every penny that your parents paid. But like, as in like, I would pay for it.
Yeah,
it was
100%.
so good.
Yeah, and I think Keys to the Kingdom's been $99 for as long as I can remember. So it's not one of those things that they're cashing in on each year, putting the price up. And it's always guaranteed to be a small group as well. I think I think they cap it at 10. Don't quote me on that, but I think they cap it at 10.
Yeah, I think there was only like 10 of us, 12 of us maybe at most.
Yeah, there is some cap. Maybe 15. Don't want to go into too much detail because we've already said it, but you get the headsets so you can hear everything, even if it's a really, really busy day.
Yeah.
I can't criticise it at all.
I have no criticism of it whatsoever.
Oh, also, it's $99, but you get a quick service meal included in that. Oh my god,
yes.
So if you're not in the dining plan, the meal itself is $15 to $17, $18 worth as well.
Free lunch, babes.
Yeah. And 2 water bottles.
And 2 waters.
So, yeah, why not?
And now we are swooping on over to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure to talk about the
Universal Orlando Resort.
We're now swooping on over to the Universal Orlando Resort to talk about the Loews Royal Pacific Hotel.
I think you struggled most with remembering the name of that hotel more than any other aspect.
Literally,
of this
yeah.
holiday.
Like I think because we looked at all of them, and the one that I remember is Portofino.
Oh.
That's the one that I remember.
Well,
and because that's the one I remember, I forget where we actually stayed.
Okay. Well, yeah, we stayed at Loews Royal Pacific basically because it was the cheapest of the 3 deluxe hotels. It will always be the cheapest, and if there's only 2 of you that are going for one night, you're going to Royal Pacific. Absolutely.
The reason that we did this, I think we did talk about this in the previous video, and it's been in the vlogs and all that jazz. The reason we did this is because if you stay at a deluxe hotel on the Universal Orlando Resort, like Loews Royal Pacific,
or Hard Rock Hotel,
or Loews Portofino Resort.
Hey.
Fuck! So I don't remember any of them, fine.
However, it is Loews.
Loews.
Yeah.
You get a express unlimited pass for each person staying there.
For the day of your check-in and the day of your check-out.
So we decided to do that to see if it was worth it.
Actually, that was an idea from my mum.
Yes.
Which it never even occurred to me, but she suggested that is a thing. When we went to Universal last time in February, it was fine. It was obviously off-peak season, and November is off-peak season for them as well. And in fact, it was probably similar busyness on paper,
I would
wasn't
say
it?
so.
But obviously, having that express pass, what it means is that even if it's a 20-minute wait or a 40-minute wait, it doesn't happen.
So we're talking about that first.
Okay.
So for the express pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
95% of the express pass lines were 100% worth it, because even in like you said, a 20-minute line or a 30-minute line, you're right at the front. Mm-hmm. Like the only ones that it doesn't work in are Escape from Gringotts, where you join the line quite early. If the line's not big, you
so
join
basically
it quite early.
after the main bank hall, as soon as you walk in, you will see that there's 3 lines. I think one is the single rider, one's standby, one express pass in the main bank hall, and then you go behind the bank hall, and then you all merge together anyway. So that was kind of like.
So if it had been a busier day where that's snaking all through the main hall, the main foyer bit and all around the outside, then that's totally worth it. But for us, it wasn't.
No.
And Hogwarts from Universal Studios to Islands of Adventure, the express pass comes before the stairs and the lift. So like it's right near the beginning. On the way back, you are literally like on Islands to Universal from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley. You are literally like right at the front.
That was fine.
That was great. But from Universal to Islands, it's pointless.
It was, but
again, it was because it wasn't busy.
It wasn't busy anyway, so it's just made it seem bizarre to us that we were then just queuing equally as long. But that's a first world problem.
Oh, absolutely. Bidden Journey, it's worth it because you're spat out like pretty much where you get on the, I don't know what that's called, but the little vehicle.
The ride vehicle.
The ride vehicle. There you go. We've been talking for a long time.
I think, but literally everything else, we could not criticise it.
No.
So we paid £246 for one night in this hotel, and as we said, that gave us both the Express Unlimited Pass for both of the days, which I think if you were to pay out of pocket would be £274.
Done all the maths.
So yes, and you can imagine, obviously, if you have an even bigger party, even more savings to be had. We toyed with the idea of buying an express pass based on our experience last time, but it does not make much sense when you look at it like that, because you can buy single-use express passes for each of the an express pass that you can use one time on each ride, which I think was $69 each. So something again, like that's adding up, and the express pass was $99, and then you've got 2 days to buy it for. So yeah, 100% worth staying at the hotel for that. As well as that, the parking was about half price as well, because you pay for one overnight parking stay, which gets you again both days. So it wasn't exactly half the price of the Universal's own parking, but it was about that. So there's savings there, and as you said earlier on, you can walk there in less than 10 minutes, or get the water taxi if you don't feel like, which we didn't do because the walk was fine.
Like, the fact is, like, with most of the rides, it was, the thing is, with the last trip that we'd done to Universal on Islands on that holiday, because we went there beforehand anyway, we'd done pretty much every ride that we wanted to do, but it meant that we could do everything again. We could do it multiple times if we wanted. On that last night at Universal, we did Men in Black Alien Attack like 6 times in a row to get a particular score or something like that.
300,000.
And it just meant that we could just keep going through. And yes, it was only like a 5 or 10 minute line, but we were saying that even a 5 or 10 minute line,
to do it 6 times in a row is an hour.
Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah.
So for things that had like a really short queue time where you could just jump the whole thing with Express, like with the Mummy, like with Spider-Man.
Incredible Hulk is one, isn't it? Because that queue can be disgusting.
Yeah.
And it takes you straight to the front there, pretty much. So 100% worth it.
Yeah, it was 100% worth it.
The hotel itself.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
I was going to say we did a lot of talking about the Express, but the hotel. I think when we first got there, because obviously we've been spoiled with Animal Kingdom Lodge, the entrance was not quite so grand, and we were like,
Yeah, we were a bit like deluxe.
I think we were like that. Like, even the exterior didn't look grand. I think because we'd just been spoiled by Animal Kingdom, but it's been completely redone. Apparently, obviously we've never been before, but the concierge was telling us it's been completely redone, and it does look stunning in there.
God, it's
and
so beautiful inside.
The room was just beautiful. Like, the ceilings were so high. I remember the ceilings being so high. The bed was massive. Really nice bathroom, massive TV. The view, not so much. We were literally overlooking some bushes, but you can't have it all. But yeah, the hotel was beautiful.
Oh my God,
however, one negative, that's Starbucks.
God.
Starbucks in inverted commas. So George doesn't drink coffee, and didn't bring his tea bags to the Universal Hotel. So
Clever.
why not go and buy coffee? Why not go and buy tea in the coffee shop before we go to the park? Take it with us. It can't be more than $3. No, $6.49.
Oh my God, was that how much it was?
Yeah,
imprinted on your soul.
$6.49 for a regular tea. What?
It's worse that we paid it, but like, it was just.
Do you know what the extra kick in the teeth was?
What?
So the woman that served us, she said, "Oh, if you keep your receipt, you can come back for a free refill whenever you want later on. We close at 11 p.m."
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, $6.49 each
for 2 teas.
For 2 drinks. Yeah, okay. I'll have a coffee. You have a tea. Yeah. So I keep the receipt. We come back at. Well, it wasn't. It was like 8:30.
The park had closed. It was like 8:30. Yeah.
The place is completely like shut down. There's nobody around. There's no tea. There's no coffee. So, please, don't bring your tea bags, because they do have the in-room coffee thing. But obviously George doesn't like coffee, so that's the only criticism of the hotel.
Yeah, the hotel.
Hey, we didn't even see the pool.
The shower. We did go outside and look at it, but that was kind of it.
Oh.
The hotel was gorgeous. The shower, toiletries, all that jazz. It was just beautiful. Like, you will have seen it on the video anyway, but it was so gorgeous. Like, yeah, it was really
it wasn't
lovely.
cheap. It isn't cheap.
No.
Because you're paying. Imagine paying £249 for one night in a UK hotel, for example. You'd be right up there with the Ritz or something, I'm sure, for that amount of money.
Not in London, but like somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know, some posh hotel, whereas you're paying £246 for one night in a hotel there, and it's obviously it is a lot. You could get some really, really, really fancy hotels there for that amount, but you're paying for the express pass.
Paying for the express pass, you're paying for the fact that it's not even a 10-minute walk, and you get your own security line on that walk, which I got told off for filming near, and you just go straight through to the park. Like, it's so great for all of that.
Yes.
It was really good.
It was really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
For £246?
I think it's sort of hard because, like, it was great being that close to the action. It was great having the express pass and just getting to, like, boop your way through, like, everything. But the lines weren't that huge anyway. It's sort of a toss-up.
I think it's a nice to have rather than a must have.
Rather than a must have. But I think for the rides that it, like, did make a difference on, like
Men in Black,
Spider-Man, Forbidden, Harry Potter, The Forbidden Journey,
yeah,
the Hulk,
even stupid things like Despicable Me,
yeah,
or
and
Jimmy Fallon,
the Carousel in Seuss Landing,
Mummy,
yes, if we've got the money to do it, yes. Because I love walking to the park. I loved that. I thought it was really cool. The express pass was just like a really nice little thing, because the thing is, you never know what the line is going to be like, and like.
Yeah, because I think we spoke way back when that we'd used touringplans.com to sort of predict how busy the parks would be, but that. It can't be foolproof. No. I mean, it was very good to us. Yeah. Whether coincidence or otherwise, we'd planned our days in the parks quite rigidly around their recommendations, and all of them worked out well, except for the one Saturday afternoon at Epcot for the food and wine. So literally 99% of the holiday went to plan based on their plan, but it can't be foolproof, and like you said, you could show up there one day and it's just absolute chaos.
And the thing is, there were parts of it that there were times when it was chaos. Hogsmeade was particularly chaotic because of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, so that meant that I think Forbidden Journey had like a slightly bigger queue line, but it meant that but even with that, because of the express pass and because it was a really good express line.
Oh, we probably should say that it doesn't. The only ride that it doesn't include in both parks is Hagrid's. But what it does mean is that you can spend that free time queuing for Hagrid's.
Yes, which we did twice. Like we figured out 3 times. Like we figured out where the queue needs to be for it to be like
1 hour.
1 hour, and we were happy to wait that because of the express pass. It meant that we didn't mind. And there will be an express line on that eventually. Yeah.
I think that's enough about that.
That's enough about that. So that is the end of our like little wrap-up video. We will have a favourites video coming for you as well, where we talk about like our favourite food, our favourite restaurants, and our favourite rides and stuff like that.
Favourite snack, more importantly.
Favourite snack, most importantly. And that will be coming for you next. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to put a thumb on it and subscribe down below if you want to see more. I love each and every one of your faces, and I'll speak to you in the next one of these. Say bye with me.
Bye with me.
Oh, she's hilarious.